meanwhile, it's almost like waiting for the inevitable, and this grudging acceptance, maybe it's Donald Trump, among many in the so-called establishment of the party. I don't know whether former New Hampshire Governor Judd Gregg is in that camp, but the governor still supports John Kasich, still believes the Ohio governor has a chance to pull all of this out. Mathematically, it gets tougher each step of the way. What keeps you convinced your guy can do it?
Well, you know, Donald Trump's on the superhighway, and John Kasich and others are on the dirt road running along beside it. I mean, there's no question but that Donald Trump has the inside track here, and if he does very well in Indiana, it'd be very hard to say he isn't going to be the nominee. But, you know, it's like a baseball game. You don't call it before the ninth inning's played, and I know you've been to Fenway Park a few times, as have I, and a lot of things can happen in the ninth inning at Fenway Park, and they can happen in politics, too.
All right, so a lot of this hinges on trying to stop Donald Trump before he gets to the convention, right? But if he wins Indiana tonight, Governor, would it be fair to say his path to that 1237 gets a whole lot better?
Oh, absolutely. I think you have to be realistic about it. He's won every primary, and if he wins in Indiana and wins big and takes all the delegates, then that's a huge step forward for him in getting to the place where he needs to be. If he goes into the convention within 50 votes of having the nomination, I think he probably gets the nomination. If he's 150 votes short, then I think it becomes an open convention.
Will you support Donald Trump if he ends up closing the deal on this?
Well, I'm not going to rule that out. I certainly think he's been a little erratic, and, you know, I'm a policy guy. I've been very involved in fiscal policy and trying to get our debt under control. I want to hear more about his thoughts on that when he gets to a point where he wants to actually put out specific proposals. So I do think he brings to the party some assets, which are he's bringing into the party a lot of folks who haven't participated in the political process, and he is believer in the market economy. You look at the Democratic Party, and they've leaned heavily over to the agenda of Bernie Sanders, who is a socialist. And their party's splintering very badly, I think, on substance, which is they're seeing their party move towards a socialist agenda. Hillary's actually trying to co-opt Bernie on a number of those types of issues. And that's fundamentally damaging to our form of governance, in my opinion, because we are a market-based economy. That's what's given us strength, and the Republican Party still very much speaks to that, as do our candidates.
All right, Governor, thank you very, very much.